We know that sleep is a vital requirement for us. We also know the effects of going without sleep for a few days. But what would happen if someone went without sleep for a whole month? No, we are not talking about sleeping for 2 or 3 hours a day. We are talking about remaining wide awake for a month. Any sane person would have the same response. It isn't possible to remain awake for 30 days. When we are sleepy, we automatically doze off. After some time, no matter how hard we try to stay awake, even someone with chronic insomnia falls asleep at a certain point. It is interesting to imagine what would happen if someone were to really go without sleep for that long. It has obviously never happened, but there are several stories on the internet that claim experiments have taken place in the past to find out the effects of long-term sleep deprivation. The most famous among them is the Russian sleep experiment story. So, what actually is the Russian sleep experiment? What would happen if someone were to go without sleep for nearly 30 days? That's what a group of researchers set out to find out in 1940s Soviet. In this scientific experiment, sanctioned by the military, a group of researchers took 5 political prisoners and locked them for 15 days in a sealed gas chamber. The subjects were continually administered an airborne stimulant for keeping them awake for at least 30 days. They were told that they would be set free if they could remain awake for 30 days. For the first few days, everything seemed normal. The subjects continued to talk to each other as well as whispered to the researchers who kept monitoring them from outside the chamber. The conversations were electronically monitored while their behavior was monitored with the help of secret two-way mirrors. It was from the 5th day that things began to change. The prisoners started to show signs of stress and paranoia. They stopped talking to one another and only whispered into the microphone sometimes. From the 9th day, things became worse. 2 of the inmates started to run around the chamber and scream so hard that their vocal cords could break. The screaming, however, stopped suddenly, and then there was eerie silence. The researchers feared the worst and announced their decision to open the chamber. But they heard a voice from inside that said they no longer wanted to be free. On the 15th day, the chamber was opened, but the results were horrific. One of the prisoners was dead. All of them were severely mutilated with their flesh torn off and abdomens ripped open. They also seemed to have eaten their own flesh. They refused to leave the chamber and fought back with the force and aggression they did not have before being put in the chamber. They were almost superhuman in their power and even tore off their muscles and bones during the struggle to resist being removed from the chamber. When they were asked why they had done that to themselves, each of them gave the same response: "I must remain awake." Even after being removed from the chamber, the surviving prisoners continued to show extreme strength, incredible resistance to drugs and sedatives, and unimaginable ability to remain alive, even after lethal injuries and a desperate desire to remain awake and being given the stimulant gas again. The researchers also discovered that when any subject fell asleep, they instantly died. With 2 of the subjects were dead, the surviving 3 were treated for their injuries and prepared to return to the gas chamber. Within moments, the EEG monitors revealed that all the subjects were brain dead. Just before the chamber was sealed, Another prisoner fell asleep and died, while the researcher shot another one dead. Before shooting the last surviving subject, the researcher asked what he was, to which he identified himself as the evil that resided in every human mind and kept in check by sleep. Soon after, the researcher shot him dead and went about covering up any trace of the experiment. Now guys, I don't know whether this is the real story or a made up one, but hearing this, we can surely guess that sleep is the most important and the most vital part of every human being's life. And one thing to say guys, always sleep well and stay safe. We will again meet you guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye.
Too long, don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of